When Nier Automata was released in 2017, Square Enix didn't have much emphasis on its success. The company knew that there would be some recuperations from the game's sales, but as time went on from its original release, the game was reacted to monumentally well by critics and players. According to information now known, a good amount of the initial praise came from people being introduced to the Nier franchise, with Automata itself being a spin-off of the related lore from Drakengard. However, Automata was intentionally written and depicted as a story aside from itself, with previous details relating to the timeline being casually mentioned from in-game details, with the options of players to further involve themselves with if they so desired. With this casual aspect of not needing to know anything about the prior details of the Drakengard franchise, players were able to focus better upon the Automata gaming lore itself, as well as the characters, and especially the character of 2B. 2B was a somewhat distant as well as disconnected character who had an impartial impression of others around her as well as events relating to her. As a result of the neutrality of 2B, players were able to formulate different opinions of her due to the plot or details of the game. One of the most interesting concepts of the game were that depending on how much the player wanted to explore the details of Automata, they could either complete the game with basic understandings of 2B on the related characters, or learn more about them to better understand the events of Automata, as well as prior events from a lore point of view for the player in the game. 2B became one of the most well-known fictional video game-based heroines of the late 2010s on the visual representation of the Nier franchise. She later became depicted in various related merchandise, collectibles, and even depicted in other video game related media of the time, and even in the years since, with the game's end on her technical death, depending on the details of the playthrough that gamers might experience. Yoha number 2 type battler is a character that you should know about because the circumstances for the game that she was depicted in was unexpected, but later greatly appreciated.